Well, I mean, I think that with the science that we know now, there are. I can tell you there's some benefits to it right now that we can talk about, but science could find out in 6 months that there's some different ways of handling it.
Yeah.
What we know right now is that on average you want to be in it anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes a day. If you can get in about 11 minutes throughout the week, that's a very, very good amount that you can be in there. So, you're talking about 3 minutes a day. You're talking about 3 to 4 times a week at the most. One of the things you really want to make sure is like if you track your HRV, which a lot of people track. I know that you were big into the Whoop, and I know that we've talked about HRV in the past, and obviously I know that you know HRV as well too, Raquel. And if your body's already stressed, you don't want to go into an even more stressful situation, which cold therapy will put you into stress. Now, stress is not bad for the body. We know that, right? Stress is actually good as long as you can maintain that stress and you know how much stress you're putting on the body. And so cold therapy is really there in order to enhance that stress in a very controlled environment for the matter.
To make you more resilient to it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll talk about this. There's some new studies that have come out about an area of the brain that they have found when it comes to stress and how this area grows. But we can talk about that a little bit later.
Okay, yeah.
But when it comes to getting into cold water, or whether it's a cold shower, whether it's in a cold lake, a cold river, whether it's in the chili dip, that 3 minutes is a very, very good amount of time. After that, you really don't experience any more benefit to it. In fact, you can actually kind of harm yourself. The big key that I think that a lot of people get when it comes to cold therapy is the intimidation that it has to be at the 38 degrees or the 36 degrees, or you got to break ice in order to get into it because that's the manly thing to do, or that's the professional athlete thing to do. And the truth couldn't be farther from that, to be honest with you. You really ideally want to be in temperature between 55 and 65 degrees. Especially for females.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, because you got to, as for females, especially during your monthly cycle, you've got to be very careful of that. In fact, the science is really recommending that you don't go in to cold therapy the week of that cycle, because of what it can do for your body and what it can do to actually harm you. So, for ladies, don't be below 55 degrees. For men, 55 degrees is great. I would say that you don't necessarily need to get below 50 degrees for men. If you want to, that's just more mental fortitude that you're building up. But there's nothing that science is backing that says that you have to be into water that's colder than that.